Ladies and gentlemen, we're live with another episode of Shockwave. Welcome to Monday Night, the home, the Pancake Sports Network, the home of action sports. NGW here with an electric show. We still have 5 weeks until NGW Year 1, live from Madison Square Garden. Tonight we have a show lined up. And there goes my water. We have Buddy Murphy and Kevin Owens to start us off. That's right, Pac-Man Ghost. Nothing but pancakes up in here, baby. And if you guys did not see last Monday's show, we ended with a major announcement. We have a steel cage match. Kenny Omega and Ted DiBiase announced for NGW Year 1. And Ted DiBiase did not want to take the match, refused to take the match. So Omega, he made it worth Ted DiBiase's while. He has put his career on the line. No, I don't think so. If my theory's right, I know why they're doing it, and I can't disagree. They're preparing to sell. They're preparing to sell, so they're getting rid of big money contracts. And they're obviously getting rid of people they had no plans with anyway. Look, I think Aleister Black is talented, good wrestler. I love the guy, I love the character. But if they were ever going to use Aleister Black, they would have used him when they called him up. He got called up in 2019. I think he got called up in 2019, and he's been floating around ever since. They weren't going to use him. Braun Strowman has a nice, lucrative $1 million contract, but he's never going to be their main player. They're never going to utilize him in that role. They signed him to a 5-year deal, maybe a 3 or 5 year deal because of AEW, but now they don't need to. I don't know. I'm not surprised by the cuts at all. Well, I'm surprised because they're big names, but WWE, they always, like, there's always a method to their madness. There's a reason why they're cutting these guys. Whether I agree with the cuts or not, that's a different conversation. I obviously don't agree with them. How can you, like, you're telling me you could not find anything for Aleister Black? You couldn't come up with anything for Braun Strowman, a guy who, like, they've shit the bed with Braun Strowman several times. He should have beat Brock Lesnar in 2017. They should have just pulled the trigger then, and they chose not to. And then they had a second chance to rectify it when they did that title match after Roman Reigns had to leave, and they had him lose again. Oh, you're not late. You're on time. Kevin Owens and Buddy Murphy to start the show tonight. This should be a fantastic match here in Shockwave. Owens, he started off with his Kevin Owens Hall of Fame. He found a target in Cedric Alexander, and Alexander this is the catalyst for Cedric Alexander's turn. Yeah, Craig, that's pretty much exactly what I wrote down, but I had it as a placeholder. What have you missed? We got some matches announced for NGW Year 1, Drew. We have The Rock versus JBL. We have Ted DiBiase versus Kenny Omega in a steel cage. We have a Pick Your Poison 8-man ladder match. And we have CM Punk versus Bret Hart for the television title. Owens in control with that headlock. Starting things off. Look at that punch just catching him right over the top of the head. We get another update on Sting. All I'm going to say is Sting is going to be involved in a major angle, but we won't be seeing him I will not tell you what angle he's going to be involved in, but it's going to happen at NGW Year 1. So all you're going to see are these little, I'm planting seeds. Yes, Cedric lost the belt at the pay-per-view last Thursday. Kevin Owens with a pin. We're both cool with it? Cool. That's pretty much what I wrote, believe it or not. But in case you guys picked another tag team, I just did a placeholder. But I think you guys picked the exact team that I had in mind, so that works for me. So, yeah, that works perfect. Sit out powerbomb from Buddy Murphy.
Now with complete control
No, NGW Year One's gonna be next Thursday. We're gonna that stream, that show is gonna be by itself. It's gonna be by itself on next Thursday. So we have 7 days. It's gonna be about a 12 to 13 match show. So instead of doing like a 4-hour stream where there's 3 different shockwaves, we're gonna do like a 4-hour stream with a 13 match pay-per-view. It's gonna be very fun. No, I'm gonna be screaming. I'm gonna have my JR commentary game ready to go. Pump handle slam from Buddy Murphy. No, look at that. Just turns it over midway. Innovative offense from Buddy Murphy. This guy can do it all. Really a jack of all trades in that ring. Someone that I don't think gets enough respect in this company, in professional wrestling in general. But Owens just flattens him with a stiff clothesline. Picks him up, kicks him in the chest. Owens is just trying to get on the right track, trying to find the right footing in NGW. And look at that. Oh, beautiful suplex. Inverted a suplex that drops Kevin Owens face first. Murphy taking the time to taunt. He really needs to stay on the attack. You guys hear me say that a lot in this company. I like to see guys press the attack. Finish the match, and a back suplex on the apron. That was absolutely unnecessary from Buddy Murphy, but my God, he got all of it. And Owens just able to muster through it. Look at the grimace on his face, and Murphy doubles down with the powerbomb on the outside. Owens' back has to be in major trouble now, and Murphy sees that. He tosses Owens back into the ring. Murphy just staying on. What a beautiful bicycle kick. Owens just knocked out. That powerbomb outside took a lot out of him. This could be it. We could know a 2 count. Buddy cannot believe it. Murphy just needs to just calm down, relax, stay on the attack. Owens able to reverse that Irish whip. And looked like a left hand that was blocked. Buddy Murphy off the top rope. Springboard drop kick. And with the NGW Year One is just shaping up to be a fantastic, memorable pay-per-view. Wait a minute, Buddy Murphy has him on the top rope. Beautiful. Yes, my only concern with Britt Baker winning the women's title is that has been AEW's main story in the women's division, Britt getting to the title. And now that she has it, I hope that she needs a supporting cast, basically. Otherwise, her title run is going to lose a lot of steam. Because AEW has this problem where they don't really I don't think they utilize the roster that well. I think the one company that utilizes their women's division the best is Impact, believe it or not. They have tons of women wrestlers who have a lot of equity. And I don't think AEW quite has that yet. So obviously, you get a rubber match with Thunder Rosa. That'll be big. And a rematch with Hikaru Shida would be pretty big. But there's no one else in that company that can really elevate Britt Baker in the way that Shida or Thunder Rosa can. You could obviously do Jade Cargill down the road. You could maybe argue Serena Deeb and Riho. I love Serena Deeb, right? And I know a lot of people think she's this fantastic wrestler, and she is. She's great in ring. We just don't have personality yet. And I feel like if they do a Serena Deeb versus Britt Baker feud, it needs to be something more than just a match. And there's also Riho. Riho's another one that I think is great, but I just don't think Riho has the name value or equity to really elevate Britt Baker. Buddy Murphy going to work on that shoulder. And I guess they do have a built-in storyline with Yuka Sakazaki if they bring her back, because Baker did injured Yuka on TV before COVID, so they could easily bring her back and do a one-off match on Dynamite. They really need to start building some wrestlers up, build some guys up, build some women up in that division so that Baker has some quality opponents. And please give these women storylines. There are no stories happening in that women's division. Could you see them bringing someone out has gotten released? I think Heidi Lovelace wouldn't be bad. I think Heidi Lovelace can go. Ruby Riott, Heidi Lovelace, whatever. I think she can go. She's decent. She would be, I think she'd be a great addition to the AEW roster. I don't know if I would. I mean, I guess you could platform her to a title match, sure. And then go right to, and then maybe transition to like a Thunder Rosa or Hikaru Shida rematch. Just knocked out Kevin Owens. This could be it. No, Owens gets the shoulder up. Murphy cannot believe it. And for that matter, I can't either. She needs to be the longest reigning champion. Yeah, I don't know. So I think like, I don't have any hard data, but I think that if you look historically at pro wrestling, at least like, we'll talk from like 1990 to now, longer reigns don't seem to really help anyone from like a viewership standpoint. Changing titles is what keeps viewers tuned in. Now, I say you should do long reigns, but they just did a year run with Hikaru Shida. We just got a year of Hikaru Shida. Do you want Britt Baker to follow that up with a year herself? I say nothing wrong with losing it in the winter or the fall. I say give Thunder Rosa the rubber match. You have to have the babyface win the feud. Give Thunder Rosa the rubber match with Britt Baker. Let her hold the title for a couple of months and then get it back on Britt Baker at some point. Okay, so after this match ends, I don't know why I exited, but whatever. Which is fine. We can just go to the screen here. Oh, well, sweet. It takes me there. After the match ends, Triple H's theme song hits, and we've not seen this man since he was laid out before that 6-man tag street fight with Disrespected No More in the Click. Triple H is pissed. He has that look on his face that he's here to hurt somebody. He gets in the ring. He demands that they cut his music, and the crowd's chanting "Welcome back," and this is all Triple H has to say. He says, "Disrespected No More, get your asses out here now." And he patiently, all right, I'm going to restart this match. I'm going to get the recording going again. I just figure it's me not trying to make storyline. Hey, I tell you guys have to trust me. Some of your storylines are longer term. There are some guys that I will immediately throw into something because like, I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. And then there are other guys who I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with that person. And then I'm like, oh, what if we do this down the road? So I've been wanting to do this Stephanie McMahon storyline for pretty much since you picked Triple H. Really, since Key picked Stephanie McMahon, I've been wanting to do this Triple H storyline. And that I needed to also get Razor Shawn and Triple H out of that feud with Disrespected No More. That feud's over. That tornado tag match where Drew and Tyler beat Shawn and Razor, that's it. They're done. So this was it also was a convenient way to get them into new feuds. Natalya starting this match off. Suplex off, slingshot off the top rope into a suplex. I don't think Ripley was expecting that. The impact to the lower back. But Ripley fires off with the drop kick. Natalya has to roll out of the ring. Hope it doesn't lead. Now, where do you think it's going to go? I literally, well, I have a couple of ideas that I plan on doing, yes. Cedric Alexander is currently out of. So you guys cut Ted DiBiase. You left him high and dry in there with Kenny Omega. And now Natalya just dropping Rhea Ripley over the back. Stretches the back out. Okay, so here's something for you. Never mind. We're gonna come up with something after this. Did you find it strange I'm both tag title matches at the pay-per-view? That is kind of interesting. I did not see that the first time. That's wild. But hey, that's NGW, man. That's NGW. Natalya just tossing Rhea Ripley into that middle rope. And she just jumps with a knee. She's enduring some damage. She can withstand. Harpy already getting nervous. That's why I don't even know what you could possibly be thinking. But Harpy getting nervous. And look at Natalya with that. There it is again, that wiggle, wiggle, wiggle torture rack. Irish whip from Natalya sends Rhea Ripley to the ropes, and Rhea Ripley fires back with an elbow. And a new faction has joined the NGW ranks. Stephanie McMahon. She has her management services. She has a list of clients. Hikaru Shida, the NGW Women's World Champion. Apollo Crews and Wade Barrett, that new tag team that we saw form just 2 or 3 weeks ago. And Samoa Joe. And they went after the Click. Stephanie called Triple H weak, said she was the one responsible for the attack. She orchestrated the attack on Triple H. It wasn't disrespected no more. It was Samoa Joe. Said Triple H is weak. He's lost sight of what matters since hanging out with his buddies. And Stephanie has vowed to take his friends out, and she has vowed to give Triple H some tough love. Wants to snap him back, wants to snap out of it. Suplex from Rhea Ripley to Natalya. And now Rhea Ripley with the pin. Ripley is just extra aggressive, ever aggressive in this match with Natalya. Hits an Irish whip, sending Natalya into the turnbuckle. And now a kick to the midsection, followed by a massive headbutt. Just look how aggressive Rhea Ripley is. That's exactly what we're talking about. What's Ripley got planned here? This is the conquest. This is why they picked Rhea Ripley up. A good pickup from Io Shirai. Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Toni Storm adding Rhea Ripley to the ranks, and you cannot hate them for that choice. A perfect fit, and she gets a 3 count, just decisively dominates Natalya. Okay. So that was the end of that match. That went by hella quick. Okay. So, after this match ends, I think that's why it stopped last time. After this match ends, I'm telling you guys, on route to NGW Year 1, we have all kinds of stuff happening. John Cena's theme song hits, and the audience comes unglued due to the unexpected appearance. The moment John Cena steps out on stage, the crowd gets even louder as he runs to the ring and begins cheering to the audience, who begin to chant, "Welcome back." Cena has a microphone, and he has this to say. We can all agree when I say it's been a while. The last time I was in an NGW ring, it was going face-to-face with the man who said he was the greatest professional wrestler in the world. And after 27 grueling long minutes, I can agree. Kenny Omega is the greatest wrestler to ever lace up a pair of boots. Crowd pops at that because, you know, Omega's our big baby face. Yeah, I came up short that night. And yeah, I took a little break to get back to filming, but it's the NGW anniversary show. I wouldn't miss this for the world. Now that I'm here, I already know what the big headline is. What's John Cena doing at Year 1? To be honest with you, I haven't thought that far ahead yet. All I know is I will be in this ring. So to the matchmakers in the back, I don't care who it is. I will be at Madison Square Garden. John Cena is back. And to that, we get this. And the arena gets even hotter as Kurt Angle comes out, making his debut in NGW. And Kurt Angle has a microphone. Music cuts off and he starts talking. When I announced my retirement in 2019, I was asked who I wanted my final opponent to be. John Cena, you were the name I immediately brought up. Of course, we saw how that went. They had something different in mind. That wasn't how I wanted to go out, John. To think that my professional wrestling career, a career that started with the big bang, went out with the whimper. Which brings me to why I'm here. You see, very rarely do you get do-overs in this sport. Well, NGW is my do-over. I'm officially announcing that tonight I am a full-time competitor on NGW's roster. And John, this is our second chance. Let's do the match that couldn't happen at WrestleMania. John Cena, Kurt Angle, NGW Year 1. And the crowd breaks off into a yes chant, and Cena replies, "See you at Madison Square Garden, Kurt." And that is the next match announced for NGW Year 1, Kurt Angle versus John Cena. And that leads to Aleister Black versus AJ Styles. How about that? Kurt Angle, John Cena. The match that couldn't happen at WrestleMania is happening at NGW Year 1. This is going to be one hell of an anniversary show. We have John Cena. We have Kurt Angle. We have The Rock. We have JBL. We have Kenny Omega. We have Sting. This is going to be a who's who of professional wrestling. Hikaru Shida defending the championship against potentially Alexa Bliss. We also have the women's tag champions, Raquel Gonzalez and Britt Baker. They will be picking their next opponents. And here we go, AJ Styles, Aleister Black, the next match on our lineup tonight.
He wondered if he would even fit into WWE. But obviously he has done more than just fit in. He has excelled at this level.
What a show. I was going to have both the male and female. Hey, that's true. You will be the first person to have titles for both of your wrestlers at the same time. We all thought it was going to be, hell, it could have been Wild Harpy when Lita had that title shot against Alexa Bliss and Razor Ramon was the television champion. And he's facing a deadly competitor tonight. Aleister Black is coming with his game face on. And these matches for NGW Year 1 just stacked. Let's go over what's been announced so far. We have Daniel Bryan defending the NGW World Championship against MJF. We have CM Punk defending the NGW Television Championship against Bret Hart. We have The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus defending the tag titles against Tyler Bate and Drew McIntyre of Disrespected No More. We have an 8-man pick your poison ladder scramble where the winner gets a title shot of their choice at a date of their choice. We have Ted DiBiase versus Kenny Omega in a cage. We have The Rock versus JBL. We have Kurt Angle versus John Cena. And we still have more matches coming down the pipeline. There's so much more happening on this show. Woo! I went through the thick of it. That, like, I would buy that pay-per-view. And Aleister Black, you see it on the back of that jacket. He's looking to dominate this company. He's looking to climb and work his way up that ladder. FIFA Connor says he's the tag team god. If you do the unthinkable and you win the titles, you and Tyler Bate win the tag titles, and you and Britt Baker retain the women's tag titles, you will go down in NGW. You will go down in our viewer history as the first Twitch viewer to have 2 different titles with 2 different characters at the same time. Titan says Ricochet's winning that ladder match. We'll have to see, man. And this is definitely like a choose your own adventure stream. So if you win that ladder match, all you got to do is message me on Discord or on Twitch and you tell me what you're thinking and we'll make it happen. I haven't figured out if I don't know if I want to make this a Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't like the Money in the Bank concept. I would rather you actually wrestle a match. And there's Styles. Styles starts the match off with a snapmare and a kick to the back.
The phenomenal one.
2 wrestlers that, two very talented wrestlers who comprise the NGW roster. These guys can be champions in any promotion, and here they are duking it out in NGW to climb up that ladder. We will have, after the stream's over, I will not only have the videos on YouTube, but we are going to have our power rankings back up. So we will have power rankings updated, and we will have the Hall of Champions updated on Discord. They can pick whatever title match they want. If they want to challenge for the tag titles, they can. You better have the tag champion. You better have a tag partner in mind. My goal here. So I wish tag matches weren't so like weird and obtrusive and awkward in this game, because my goal, I want the tag titles to be on equal footing with the World Championship. I want them to be basically, I want the 3 divisions, your tag, your women's, and your world. I want those 3 to be the most important titles in the company. Well, really all the titles are important, but I want the tag titles and the women's title to have equal equity with the World Championship. So I'm really gonna need to start putting some tag teams together. AJ Styles going to work on that knee of Aleister Black. Another snapmare from AJ Styles and another kick to the spine. Really working on that back is AJ Styles. And who can blame him? You take out the back, you take out the strength. You take out the lifting, you take out the kicks. An expert strategy for AJ Styles, but that armbar not working. Black able to just slip right out of it after a couple of close fist punches. And look at that spinning elbow. And look at those kicks from Black. Black, an expert martial artist. Those educated feet. As my good old... My role model, my influence, good old JR, always used to say, there's those educated feet again. Can we give the pick your poison to someone else? I mean, hell, I guess I can't stop you. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but if that's what you want, it's your pick your poison. If you want to give it to someone else, go right ahead.
What does AJ Styles have to do at this point to stay in this match?
Yeah, he needs to make an adjustment here.
It's a blank contract, so theoretically, you could just hand the contract over to whoever. I'm thinking about joining a wrestling company that my friend made, like a real wrestling company. In what capacity? Black missed that knee, but he does hit a spinning knee, catches AJ Styles right on the chin, and it's a 2 count. I agree. I think AEW does a good job with the tag and world. I think the women's division still needs to get there. But so you guys can call me crazy. But if you ask me, I think the tag titles are just as important as the world title, especially when you think about who's all competed for the tag titles in AEW. We literally just had a former world champion in Jon Moxley and a former world champion contender in Eddie Kingston lose to the Young Bucks. And literally Jon Moxley was the last world champion. Like, he was the last world champion. That's a big, to me, that puts a big focus on your tag division. Then, if you think about it, the champions at the beginning of 2020 were Kenny Omega and Adam Page, who almost certainly will be wrestling each other at All Out this year for the world title. Oh, hell yeah, King, do it. Styles waiting for Aleister Black to get to his feet. They still have ways to go with their women's division. I feel like in NGW, and I can't believe I'm talking like NGW is a real promotion, but I feel like NGW, I feel like the world title and the women's title are both valued and viewed pretty highly just because of some of the storylines that have happened revolving around the women's title, but I don't feel like the tag belts are quite there yet. So I need to double my efforts on developing the tag division, which is why you have Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels in the tag division, because Razor Ramon's a former television champion and arguably should have been the world champion had Ted DiBiase and Kenny Omega not cheated him out of the title, and Cedric also interfered in the rematch. So you have a former world title contender in the tag division. The women's tag belts look incredibly strong, considering who have the belts. Britt Baker's like the strongest women. Britt Baker's the strongest woman to have never earned a title shot in NGW. She beats everybody in the division, and then when it comes to getting a number one contender shot, she chokes. She's the Kenny Florian of NGW. Kenny Florian was a lightweight and featherweight fighter in UFC who historically he could beat all of the top 10 ranked fighters. And then when it came time to get a title eliminator fight, he'd always lose. Styles, beautiful brainbuster outside the ring. He could never get quite to the title. Now, Baker, she figured out what her weakness was. She needed an ally, and she chose a great ally in Raquel Gonzalez, and now they are the women's tag champions. So yes, And they've dominated the women's division. They beat 3 other teams in a 4-way ladder match, and then they destroyed Liv Morgan and Mia Yim, who are a really strong team, considering Liv Morgan the one to beat the one to end Alexa Bliss's reign with the title. She is backed by the greatest man that ever lived, Maddox. What do you expect? Whoa. We got to get Austin Aries back on the show because Austin Aries still has a contracted title shot. Aries still has a title shot in his contract. They're outside of the ring. 10 count. Black throws AJ Styles back into the ring. Styles gets to his feet. And this is it. He cuts the throat. And there's that knee. Aries versus, no, it's definitely going to be Bryan versus MJF at year 1. And a 2 count. How did Aries get that? That's how he signed. That was the storyline that I wrote for Aries. Aries signed with the company. He wanted it in writing that he would get a title shot at a date of his choosing if he signs. And so he still hasn't cashed it in. He was picking his shots, but then he got in that feud with the Shield, so he never got to. Damn, he had a phenomenal forearm before Aleister Black could even get back to his feet. Almost like a phenomenal forearm frog splash. I don't know why he didn't wait for Aleister Black to get up, and he pays for it, eats a roundhouse kick, and now Black goes for a pin. He just capitalizes on AJ Styles' mistake. 2 count, though. A 2 count. This has been nothing short of a fantastic match. And Styles counters. Fireman's carry from Styles. And there's a forearm from Styles, and he kicks the leg, spinning back fist, and a clothesline. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. We'll see. Snap suplex from AJ Styles. Black has to roll out of the ring after that one. This match taking a lot out of both of these competitors. And Styles choosing this opportunity to taunt. He doesn't realize that Black's back in the ring. A costly mistake as he eats a black mass. And there's a rope break. Pin's broken up. You know Aries is not gonna. Here, okay, look. That's the one thing I hated about the Miz's cash-in at TLC. You have the opportunity to get a match whenever you want. Why would you insert yourself into a triple threat? And that's Aries. Aries is not about to put himself in he's not going to use his one chance, his guaranteed title shot. He's not going to use that and put himself in a triple threat match. He's going to pick his shots. Aleister Black gets the win after that black mass. AJ Styles paid a big cost at the end. He taunted and had turned his back to Black. Black got back in the ring, and a beautiful black mask that took the head right off of AJ Styles' shoulders. And Aleister Black just collecting his thoughts. What a big win. Okay. So let me get this theme song queued up. You think you know me, Vitamin ENC come out on stage. It's Edge, Christian, and the new Zero Gravity champion, Orange Cassidy. And it looks like we have Orange Cassidy's champion's choice pick. He's out here with the title on his shoulders. Edge and Christian giving him props as they get into the ring. We're about to hear who Orange Cassidy is going to pick for his opponent. So they're in the ring. Orange Cassidy has a microphone, and the crowd is chanting freshly squeezed, and Edge is smiling. He's giving Orange Cassidy bigs up. Christian clapping for OC. And before Orange Cassidy can even speak, Christian cuts in and says, Orange Cassidy should really be thanking him. Orange, let's just be honest. If it wasn't for me getting the jump on Gargano on those Shockwave episodes, you wouldn't be the champion. The crowd boos Christian. OC ignores him, just doesn't pay him any attention. Edge tries to defuse the situation. The three butt heads. Christian and OC. Christian gets in Orange Cassidy's face. Edge tries to break them up, keep them apart. Christian eventually decides to leave the ring, and Cassidy has his back turned. He's talking to Edge, and at that moment, Christian gets right back in, drops OC with the kill switch, and leaves. Edge is both infuriated and confused. He has no idea what's going on. He goes after Christian, chases after him up the ramp, trying to figure out just what in the hell is going on. We do not get Orange Cassidy's pick. He just got laid out by Christian, and that takes us to our next match. Zelina Vega versus Lana. If one person wants to attack team, both people have to agree to I really try to make this universe, I try to make it as interactive as possible. So I really let you guys decide a lot of it. Every now and then, I will use my my powers as the owner of the company to make things go a certain way. But yeah, you can form it. You just get in the Discord and just say, hey guys, this is Ricochet. I'm wanting to form a tag team. Is anyone interested? And if someone messages you and says, yeah, me, there you go. There's your tag team. I'll come up with something to get you guys together. We'll get you introduced on the show, and we'll get you in some storylines. Wait for this match to load before I start doing my promo work. You feel me? You know what? I am totally missing this screen. I forgot there's a loading screen in this game. I don't like playing this game full screen, so I play in windowed mode, and it's like big loading right now. What the hell is this? Why is it loading a Zelina Vega and Lana match? Why is it taking this long to load this one match? You kidding me? Is the game actually working? Yes, it is, because it's letting me ping through all these. This is strange. That is how D&M started. I tried to come up with some stuff for you guys. Houston, we might have a problem. What is this game doing right now? I would be different if this was a CAW match, but it's not. So I don't understand what's happening. The music's still playing. It shows that the game's loaded. Oh my god. Why? This game just like new problem every time you play. I guess we're just gonna restart it. Weird. Yeah, this is like, what the fuck? So annoying. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The likelihood of me buying WWE 2K22 is pretty low. I'm gonna have to see serious content for this game before I even think about buying it. You guys struggled. So you guys started off hot though, because you have to think your debut. Literally, you guys attacked Razor, and then Cedric Alexander got a clean win over Razor for the television title at the following pay-per-view. That was like a very strong way to debut. And then you guys got the world title. I got to be honest. If you want me to be 100% honest with you, the Muda thing didn't make sense to me. But you guys, everyone wanted it, and I like Super Mario Dinosaurs, so I wasn't about to be like, nah, you can't do that. It just didn't make any sense. And they changed my fucking card again. Fucking jackasses. This game's trash. I hate this game so much. We only have 2 more matches on the show, so let me just fix this problem. We're going to simulate this. I don't give a fuck who wins, because it didn't happen. I definitely don't give a fuck who wins here. I'll give Phoenix the win, though. Oh, my God. So now we have to skip. How does it change your matches midway through? What is this shit? So we're just going to have a 2-match show, and that's all. See, that's the other thing. Sometimes you have to skip weeks in this game because the game, like, fucks you over. So now we have a whole week dedicated to 2 matches. which I'm okay with. The main event of this one is going to be one-on-one. I hate this game so much. I do, man. How could they reasonably release this game in the condition that it is? And then, we got a Dusty Rhodes voice. What's the topic today? You're just like this game. Cody, come here. Cody, go. What is this game that you playing? I told you to stay off the video games, boy. Told you to stop playing video games after 10. Well, this time you left it on, so I figured, you know what? I've never played a video game before, so Dusty Rhodes is going to get his hands on WWE 2K20, if you will. And I started playing it, and this game crashed 10 times, baby. Every time I try to start a match, I got a black screen, baby. Couldn't even get a game loaded, Cody. So we're going to take this game back to GameStop. They can give us 25 cents for all I care. We're not playing this game anymore. Wait a minute. You said you installed it on the computer? I can't take the whole computer back to GameStop, Cody. You got to keep the game and lock it. That's right. Give me the computer. You can't even have the computer anymore. I'll buy you a new one. You got to get rid of this game. You got to burn it with fire, Cody. And I saw on Twitter they're making a new one. They want me on the cover. I don't want to be on the cover of no goddamn WWE 2K. Games crash way too much, baby. The game cutting in and out. Yeah, I know, right? Zelina, Vega, and Lana. You suck. You suck. I'm still tripping over the fact that this game did not load that match. Like, what? How do you, like, Lana and Zelina Vega gave this game problems? Are you kidding me? Shaking my head. Ugh, this game makes me sick to my damn stomach. The mere thought of this game. And they want $60 for another game 5 months from now. What Shockwave is this? This is still Shockwave 42, but the game didn't crash. This time it did a unique form of crashing. It didn't quite freeze. This time it just didn't load a match. We're going to see what happens this time. See, this time it loaded. Shaking my head. I don't know what the hell has gotten to Christian. Christian just attacked Orange Cassidy. We saw him do that to Johnny Gargano in the weeks leading up to Orange Cassidy's match with Gargano at Anarchy in the UK, and now he takes his frustrations out on Orange Cassidy. I don't like it. I'm not a fan, and I hope Edge can get through to his best friend. I hope he can talk to Christian. Vitamin E and C, they're one of my favorite factions. I don't like seeing that group fall apart. I thought the other day only changing your matches. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's how all the 2K games have been. WWE 12 never changed your matches. If you edited a match, it would just save it. This game will, if you for whatever reason leave universe mode, it will change your custom matches back to whatever you had it. Sometimes, really, it will keep them. But if you haven't manually added wrestlers to your brand, then it changes them. It's just brain dead. For a game that's all about, they advertise the universe mode as it's your universe, you do what you want. There are way too many stupid, hard limits. You can do whatever you want, but if you don't immediately start this game, or if the game crashes, well, we're gonna go ahead and just change it and put all of the original matches we had on there. Why? God damn, man. Here comes Zelina Vega. She came up short against Hikaru Shida at Ride of the Valkyries, but she's back. The former #1 contender challenging the former challenger for the Battlefield briefcase in a very intriguing singles match. Unfortunately, there are just too many women in the NGW women's division. We couldn't find a spot for every woman. These two, who I think are very fierce competitors who really stepped up their game in NGW, They just didn't make it to that final 16 for the Mildred Burke Cup, which takes place after year one. It'll be the first round starts on the Shockwave after NGW year one. And my mate Survivor Series, and it changed it to Kevin Owens versus Rhea. Yeah, that's so annoying. So annoying. I'm not a fan of it. 20-minute time limit in the singles match. Zelina Vega versus Lana. And Lana has had a killer instinct in this company since signing. She came up short against Shayna Baszler. Unfortunately had a tap. Lost via submission. And I mean, that's not a knock. If you're going to lose a submission against Shayna Baszler, I mean, you just lost to the very best submission specialist, in my opinion. Irish whip from Zelina Vega. Big overhead toss. Just drops Lana to the canvas. And they lock up. This time, Lana able to break out of it. And an Irish whip. Vega hits the ropes and a hip toss. Big hip toss from Lana. Causing Zelina Vega to roll out of the ring. Recollect her. That's not a bad strategy. Recollect. Recollect on the outside. But no, Lana gets right back on her. Irish whip again. Drop toe hold. And look at Lana just walking across the back of Zelina Vega. And she slaps her. If I'm Zelina Vega, I am not liking that. Vega with the counter, however. Arm drag from Lana. And now she's just working the arm. Crescent kick from Lana. And she stomps on that shoulder. And look at her just slamming the head of Zelina Vega.
That is just insulting. Whoa, not so fast. Hoping to end it early. Plenty of fight left. She's a warrior.
What a kick out from Zelina Vega.
Lana exhibits superior strategy and intelligence and is incredibly beautiful. But the ravishing Russian chooses to use her talents for evil. I'm afraid to think what's going to happen next.
And Lana has Zelina Vega on that top rope. She climbs up behind her. Looks like a superplex from the middle rope. Yes, just drops Zelina Vega. Vega, the impact. Look how Vega bounced off the canvas. And now Lana with a stomp to the lower back, continuing the attack on Vega. And another slap. Lana with some disrespect in this match. Lana finding a new sense of attitude, a new sense of purpose. Misses that slap, however. Vega rolls away, kicks Lana, and sets her up for a level DDT. I had a tag team elimination first blood match, SCU versus Beerman. Dude, that would be pretty cool. Beautiful cutter. And Vega goes for the cover. Not even a one count. Lana is tenacious. She has just been on a whole different level since signing with Next Generation Wrestling. We gave her an opportunity here, and she has not let us down. She's shown us each and every night, every time she competes, what she can do. Came razor thin close to beating Shayna Baszler for the Battlefield briefcase. Unfortunately, did lose by submission, but that's the only blemish to her 2021 record. Elbow to Zelina Vega, and not to take anything away from Vega. Vega was the last champion, or was the last contender for the Women's World Championship. And look at Vega. Vega with a beautiful jumping DDT on the outside. That was the exact same move we saw Orange Cassidy beat Johnny Gargano with in their Zero Gravity match. Win is theirs. I think I have theirs for the final Shockwave tonight. Vega just got thrown into the steel steps.
Here she goes, back in the ring now.
What a great job by Zelina.
Lana misses that drop kick. Vega now tossing Lana back into the ring. And what a show we've had here tonight. Samoa Joe, Apollo Crews, Wade Banner, Hikaru Shida, they're all under that Stephanie McMahon umbrella. Christian attacked the Zero Gravity champion Orange Cassidy, dropping him with the kill switch. Beautiful snapmare driver from Zelina Vega. That just came out of nowhere.
She's in full control now.
And there's that DDT, the DDT off the knees. I like it. It's like a basement DDT almost. Nope, Lana catches the kick. Dragon screw. She picks Zelina Vega back up. Cedric may, I'm going to sing it to his theme song. Cedric may have lost the belt, but that's okay because he's still really good. It's a time to shine. He's still really good. Lana has her scouted. She has that arm trapped. And there it is, that sit-out spine buster. She gets the pin. And she picks up a victory tonight. Does Lana? Wait a minute, we have something going on in the back. So we immediately cut to the back. Triple H, Razor Ramon, and Shawn Michaels are raising hell in the medical area. Triple H has an ice pack. He's bruised. Michaels he's stitched up a little bit. He has bandages on his cut, as does Razor. They're throwing shit, and then the interviewer is trying to figure out what's going on. Triple H just shouts. He wants Samoa Joe's ass. He wants it at NGW year one. And Razor and Shawn, they want a piece of Wade Barrett and Apollo Crews. And they're going to make sure that Crews and Wade Barrett stay out of Triple H's way. And that's another match set up for NGW year one. It's going to be Shawn Michaels and Razor in a tag team match with Wade Barrett and Apollo Crews. And then, after we hear all that, the camera cuts to a graphic, and it's announced that the main event for next week's Shockwave is a 6-man tag. Samoa Joe, Wade Barrett, and Apollo Crews against Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. And that leads us to our final match of the night on this show. And he wants that ass, boy. Final match of the night, main event of tonight of this Shockwave episode 42. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rey Mysterio. This is not the final match of the night, by the way. I mean, final match of the show. I was going to do this if Shawn and Razor won the match. I wasn't going to do it this way. It was going to be if Shawn and Razor if Shawn and Razor won the tag match, it would have been Triple H feud. Wade Barrett and Apollo Crews wouldn't have joined. It would have been Stephanie McMahon managing Samoa Joe and Hikaru Shida. But because Razor and Shawn lost, it didn't really make sense for Triple H to get attacked without them helping. So I wanted a tag team to get involved. And Apollo Crews and Wade Barrett was the one that made the most sense to me.
Making his way to the ring from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds,
Mysterio, he almost had a shot for the Zero Gravity title. A legendary luchador, a legendary professional wrestler. This guy is a professional wrestling Hall of Famer. And he's going to be in a big match tonight with another guy who I think is definitely going to go down in the annals of pro wrestling history, the king of strong style himself, Shinsuke Nakamura. Man, and WWE just like, I don't know if it's really WWE's fault as much. I don't know whose fault it is really, but this was one of my favorite wrestlers in New Japan. I was all about Shinsuke, and they just like slowly but surely made me not care about him. I think Triple H and Samoa Joe would be an OP tag team in NGW if they could get along. Interesting. I would have never even thought about that. I don't even know if Samoa Joe was the original person. All right, Titan, what do you got? I don't remember who I think I had someone else attacking Triple H, but I don't remember who. Maybe it was always Samoa Joe. I felt like there was someone else before I made it Joe, but I don't remember who it was. I think I thought about debuting Bobby Lashley that way, but then we put Bobby Lashley in the Battle Royal. Oh, definitely wasn't O'Reilly Flash. F that. You lie. I don't remember. I want to say it was Bobby Lashley originally. Seth Rollins would have also been a much better choice for that in hindsight. But I like Samoa Joe. We had to get Samoa Joe back on TV. He's been gone forever. And we just turned Seth Rollins' face through the Shield thing. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, it was definitely not Punk. I knew from the very beginning I was going to have Punk join D&M and then turn on you guys. As soon as Leroy Rambler picked Punk, I was like, oh, you need to troll D&M. And then we're going to do a double swerve. They're going to think that you're feuding with them because you're tweeting at them, but you're actually going to join them. And you're going to join them for a couple of weeks, and then you actually are going to turn on them. It was awesome. It was great. And it was even better when Punk beat you for the title. That made it even more better. That made it even better. A running knee lift to Rey Mysterio. Hey, you guys fell for it, though. You guys were super on the fence about Punk joining, and I was like, God, yeah, I really got to sell this to them then. Beautiful kick from Shinsuke. Rey Mysterio ducked the first one and had another one waiting for him. And a sit-out jawbreaker from Mysterio. This is not a zero gravity rules match. I get it. I lost. Now shut up. Ladies and gentlemen, the new NGW television champion, CM Punk. Jesus Christ. A leg drop from the top rope that was supposed to be a Hurricane Rana, but it ended up being a leg drop that knocked Shinsuke Nakamura to the outside of the ring. What a dangerous maneuver. And Shinsuke fires off a forearm to get out of that grapple. And Rey Mysterio just tosses Shinsuke into the steel steps. Nakamura just eating those steel steps, clutching the knee. Did a lot of damage to his knees, did those steel steps.
Back between the ropes.
If we had just said, no, your plans were, that's why I had to sell it. I could have you guys say no. I was like, well, this is supposed to be a big angle. Nakamura tossing Rey Mysterio back into the ring. And Nakamura has found success in NGW. He's still trying to rack together a set of wins. Roddy, message me on Discord about your male and female UFC fighters. There's an armbar from Mysterio. Shinsuke grabs the bottom. No, Shinsuke instead just roasts through. The only big angle should be Kurt. Oh, fair enough. Well, I'm going to make it up to you guys tonight, and you're going to see how. Gotta make Mr. Key is not on fire. Are you still here? I don't think he is. And Mysterio just gets tossed in that middle turnbuckle and a drop kick to the back. Shinsuke back to his feet, however. And there's an Irish whip from Shinsuke Nakamura. And look at that knee to the midsection of Mysterio. Shinsuke on the middle rope. And he's taunting for Rey to get up. You know what, LRG Shadow? I'm willing to give you Seth Rollins. And there's a, Jesus Christ, a Kinshasa off the top.
Can he do it here?
Who are you playing as? Because I got to make sure you're not playing anyone that I want you to keep. Well, okay, if you take Seth Rollins, that means Keith Lee is free, which is fine. And we're going to replace Keith Lee with Seth Rollins in that ladder match, which is fine because that's who I wanted in the ladder match. Or I take... Oh, I don't know, man. Let me see this message. You might not be in the ladder match. I might not do anything with Seth Rollins until after the pay-per-view, because this could be a good opportunity to get Alberto Del Rio, are you still in the stream? What's up, Gold Glove? Ooh, Titan. Okay. Titan came up here with his... No, you have to replace... It's one male, one female. You can't do two males. Damn, dude, Titan came in here with his thinking cap. I like that. That's a good story. Yeah. We can go there.
The circumstances are looking dire for Shinsuke Nakamura.
He won't quit, but it might set up for a second time.
Frog splash from the top. Leg is hooked.
That's a match-winning move, guys.
And Mysterio picks up the win to end this episode of Shockwave. We will see you next week.